What's up, guys? It's your boy Richie Scott back with another video. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Be sure to click the subscribe button down below because I'm coming at you guys with videos every day. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of narrowing down the topics that I really want to talk about on my channel. You know, because I work in news and entertainment, sometimes I want to talk news. But I also want to give you guys the behind the scenes scoop on what it takes to become a media professional. I get a lot of DMs on a day-to-day basis with people asking me how to get on television. I get a lot of people that submit things to me and ask me different questions about how I did this or how I did that, how I became an influencer, and how I got verified. So today, I want to talk to you guys about how I got verified on Instagram. So be sure to tune in all the way to the end because at the end, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 ways to get verified on Instagram. And you'll want to do all of this before you can request for your verification. Because you guys know now, you can actually request a verification badge on Instagram itself. They make it really, really simple to do in the settings. So stick around towards the end. I'm going to tell you guys how I got verified, and I'm going to give you the top 5 ways that you can get verified as well. So stay tuned. All right, so my verification process, it was a long time coming. Now, as you guys know, I started off as a government contractor. Yeah, I was basically a technical writer for a long time when I was in Washington, D.C. Now, I graduated from undergrad at Virginia Tech, and then I went to school at Michigan State for my graduate degree. And I did some communications work between then and the time I moved to D.C. to work in IT. I actually worked in the IT department at the Library of Congress, believe it or not. It was a very interesting job. But during that same time, I started DJing part-time. Now, for me, DJing kind of spiraled into something that, grew to traveling and doing all kinds of things for, celebrities and that sort of thing. For me at first, it was just a lot of fun. I really wasn't trying to get paid a lot from it, but I was just doing it because I loved music. And then after that, I ended up doing some television work in DC, and I decided to move to LA. To me, moving to LA was kind of a bittersweet thing, and it was kind of a double-edged sword because I went to LA to go to film school, but I ended up hating that film school. Oh my God, listen, it was probably one of the worst processes that I've ever gone through, and it was not the best decision for me. That's what I'll say. For other people, maybe it turned out to be really great, but for me, it wasn't necessarily the right thing for me to do. Guys, listen, I ended up dropping out after a couple of months because I was like, yo, I can't do this. And after going to school at Virginia Tech and Michigan State, going to film school for me, I know the process of what it takes to go to school, and I know how you should be, how your funds should be dispersed. And to me, but that was a whole lot of, too many issues. But that's a video for another day. The next thing that I did was, I went back into podcasting and radio and stuff like that. I worked with AfterBuzz TV and Pop Fusion TV. And then I ended up doing a show on Bravo called Stripped. Did that show, and that show didn't come out for about a year. So I still had to work, and I still had to do everything that I needed to do in between there. And guys, if you're on reality television, I never discuss pay and those sorts of things, but anytime you're on television, you need to utilize it as a marketing vehicle. And for me, I kind of think that that was one of the best marketing vehicles that I could have ever been a part of, because for me, I got to attach myself with the Bravo name, and it's a brand that I absolutely love. I'm a huge Bravo fan. I'm a Bravo watcher. I love most of their shows. So for me, it was awesome to be on that network. But the promo alone for that was able to, actually elevate my, I guess I could say my social status, because I was able to be featured on a lot of other networks because they were promoting that show. So from there, I got to do Good Day DC, some radio stuff, Entertainment Tonight, I was featured on there. So getting on television definitely elevated my status. So now I'm going to tell you guys the truth. At that point, I kept thinking to myself, okay, I need to be verified. I had people asking me, yo, why aren't you verified on Instagram? And I'm like, yo, I don't know. And it was a very frustrating thing. So, because for about a year, almost a year, I was thinking to myself, okay, surely I'm going to get this badge. So I started researching how to get verified on Instagram. I actually came across all of these black market sites and stuff like that, but I was always kind of skeptical because I'm thinking to myself, yo, what if I give these people my money and they scam me? So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I feel like I deserve the verification. I've done the work. you know, I've been in this industry almost 10 years at this point, and for me, I feel like I started from the ground up, and I worked and I worked and I worked my ass off. So I felt like, you know, okay, I deserve this verification. So ended up doing that, and I worked with American Black Film Festival. I came down here into Miami to promote that. I ended up guesting on this show that I'm on now, which is Daily Flash Show, and they offered me a full-time gig here, so I moved to Miami. So being on Daily Flash got me on CW, Fox, and a whole bunch of other different networks across the country. So now I'm a television host and producer on those shows. Okay, cool, perfect. So once Instagram made it so that you can request your own verification, I did that process as soon as they put it out there, and got denied. Yeah, I got denied. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been on all these networks. You know, what am I missing? What is the key that I'm missing here? Because I've seen people who just because they work with a particular PR firm, they were able to get verified. Because I think that PR firms, particularly higher end PR firms, have a direct portal to get to Instagram to request the verification process. You can't just do that on your own. So, you know, unless you're willing to shell out the money, which could be a good $3,000 to $5,000 for that first month for a good PR firm, you're not going to be able to get that verification. It's just not going to work. So for me, I kept thinking to myself, you know, I've got these networks behind me. I've gotten the publications. For me, I just kept thinking to myself, like, what is it that I'm missing? So finally, I just let it go. I let it go. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to focus on doing the work. And to be very honest with you, I felt like the accolades would come. All right. I just kind of gave up on the process. And I just said, I'm going to focus on doing good work, and that's going to be it. So somewhere along the way, I got the bright idea to apply for the verification again. And this was maybe just about a month or so ago. And because one of my friends asked me, he was like, yo, like, why aren't you verified? Because you're doing X, Y, Z, you put in the work, like, what's up? And I was like, yeah, I know. So I said, okay, I'm going to apply for this again. So I applied for it again. And literally just applied for it, let it go. And like 2 days later, he was like, yo, you verified yet? I was like, no, check the Instagram. No blue check there. So finally, I just said, you know what? I'm going to get off Instagram for maybe about 2 weeks. It wasn't really a conscious decision about how long I was going to get off Instagram. It was more about I just needed a break. Like, I'm the type of person that believes heavily in promoting what you're doing. I've always done that. I like for people to see that I'm working. I like for people to see that I'm doing good work. And I like, because I always know that despite however many likes you get, there are always people watching. And the right people are always watching. So guys, keep that in mind. The right people are always watching. Even if you don't feel like you're getting the accolades that you deserve in the short run, believe me, people are watching, okay? So if you guys feel like you're out there, you're putting in the work, you're in the industry, or you've gotten the publications, or you just feel like your business deserves it, keep doing the work. That's one of my biggest things. All right, so we're gonna get to the ways that I've discovered that you get verified on Instagram in just a second. So stay tuned. So after that 2 weeks, I literally got off a call with one of my clients, because I started working with clients who want to break into the world of media. So that can be like anyone from life coaches to event planners, event designers, stylists, singers, because I get hit up all the time from people asking, yo, how can we get on your show? How can I get on this show? How can I work with this brand? So I thought, okay, let me put it all together for people in a month-long program, and then I will work with them directly to help them do that. And now I can add this other notch to the belt, because I now know exactly how and what was different about the first time I tried to get verified to this time trying to get verified and succeeding. And I did fill out the request form, guys, so please know that. So I literally got off the phone with the client, randomly and said, let me just check Instagram, because I hadn't posted in a while, guys. So remember that. And I look and I see in my notification, this notification that said your Instagram account has just been verified. You will see this blue check, yada, yada, yada. You have to, and then they give you the requirements of keeping it verified. And I was like, I had to screenshot it, because I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, like, literally, and this goes also back to the law of attraction, guys. It was something that I did and I said it and I forget it. And what I mean by that is I set my intentions on getting verified. I took the actions to get verified, and then I did not obsess about it. I just let the thought go and continued about my life. So I really think that that's one of the key things that they say in the law of attraction. And honestly, I can definitely tell you that, yo, that worked. Because I looked at my page and I'm like, yo, I see the blue check there. I'm verified. And I celebrated for a minute. I texted my boy and I was like, yo, like, I finally got it. You know, I had a mini celebration with, like, you know, some of my close friends. And then I got back to work. Honestly, I had to get back to work. But for me, I learned some valuable lessons here. And I'm going to tell you guys what they are. And I want to explain something to you guys for people who don't necessarily know what the hoopla is about getting verified on Instagram. So for me, you know, why get verified? And I'm looking for my notes here because I wanted to make sure that I wrote these things down, because I wanted to really get the points across to you. One, it enhances your credibility. So for me, as someone who is marketing himself not only as a TV host and producer, but also as a mentor and a coach, I wanted people to know that I am the real deal, that I am who I say I am. I am a TV host, a producer. You can verify this stuff. Instagram has verified it. And when you are Instagram verified, listen, everything isn't about social media, but social media plays a big part in our day-to-day lives and in the work that we do, particularly if you work in the entertainment industry. So it also increases your opportunities. Now, if I were to pitch to a brand and say, hey guys, I want to partner with you guys, or I want to maybe do a feature with you guys on the show, if they look at my Instagram, they can see, yo, automatically off the rip, he is exactly who he says he is. He works with these companies. We've seen the work, and Instagram has basically co-signed it. All right, and it also indicates public figure status. So what that means is that people recognize that you are someone that the public knows. Honestly, like, that's the biggest point of all this. You want to be, there are a lot of people that have public figure written in their bios, and you know, they might be, but Instagram hasn't verified them yet. I actually know and follow a lot of people who have, you know, way more followers than I have, who probably make 10 times as much as me, but they're not verified, you know, and that's something that they are seeking. So for me, it's like, okay, let me tell people what I learned throughout my process in order to help them. So this is for you, if you're watching this video, and if you are intending to get verified. Now is the portion where we're gonna get to that I tell you exactly the 5 steps that you need to take before you request your verification. Because I want you guys to do these things beforehand, because if you do the work beforehand, then that will put you in a better position when you go request this on Instagram, okay? So we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of this stuff right now, all right? So step 1, before you actually try to request getting verified on Instagram, what I want you guys to do is think about increasing your SEO, which is your search engine optimization. So what this means is when someone searches your name or whatever name you're going by in Google or in YouTube, but mostly Google, because YouTube is associated with Google, so it kind of works in tandem. I want you guys to think about, I want you to Google yourself right now. I want to see if you can tell what pops up about you. Is there anything official written about you? Are you attached to anything that's written about you that you did not write yourself? So a lot of people, when they type in their name in Google, they might get, okay, this is their Instagram profile, they posted this is their Facebook profile. That's not what I believe Instagram is looking for when they're looking to verify someone. I believe that they're looking for these other things, and I'm going to tell you what they are right now. The second thing that you need to do is get media attention. Now this can be local media, regional, blogs, television shows, radio shows, magazines. You need to get some media attention. Now, does this mean that you need to hire a publicist? No, but you could. A publicist would probably cut down the time frame. It could, but a lot of times publicists take about a month to get ramped up because they have to get to know their client. They have to build up your media kit. That takes time. Trust me, I know I've had artists that I've worked with in LA that have worked with one of the biggest PR firms out there, and it took them, and she was a pretty notable singer, but it took them at least a month to get really going with her because they had to build up all of the things that they needed for her to get to that point. They needed a press kit, they needed a media kit, they needed a reel, they needed all these things, and it can take up to a month to get those things done. Now, one of the things that I'm working on is a course that will cut down that time, and you can do all of those things yourself. I teach you directly in the course how to get that attention and how to pitch to media, and I'm calling it right now the perfect pitch. I think that's a really good title for it. But I want to teach you guys what media outlets are looking for, and I want to teach you how to develop that information and that stuff pretty quickly, and show you strategies on how to pitch to media so that you actually get featured on television, get featured in magazines, publications, all that sort of thing. But that's the number 2 thing that you need to start doing, okay? Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is get an IMDb page or a Wikipedia page so that you make yourself official. Now, IMDb and Wikipedia are 2 platforms online that you can utilize to basically make yourself seem official. And I say seem official because maybe you haven't acted in anything. IMDb is really great for listing the credits that you've worked on when you've worked in the industry. So if you worked on a particular show, if you were featured on a particular show, you would have an IMDb page, because sometimes the companies the production companies will actually create your IMDb page for you, and they will actually post your information on there themselves. You can, I think, go out and create your own Wikipedia page. I need to check on that, so don't quote me on that. But you need to get these things going, because that's also going to make you more official, so that, again, when you type your name in Google, which is likely what the person who is verifying your Instagram, because remember, guys, it's going to be a person that's verifying you. It's not a bot that's going to verify you. Somebody is probably going to go onto Google and they're going to check to see exactly who you are. So why not make it easy for them? Get your information out there. Build your online presence so that people know exactly who you are, and it needs to be on the first page of Google. It cannot be deep within Google. It can't be, guys. You know how, like, when you're searching for something, because Google is one of the biggest online search, it's the biggest online search engine. If you go into Google and you look for something, chances are you're not going to make it to the second or third page of Google to search for what you're looking for. You're going to stop at the first page likely. And you're not probably even going to search the entire first page. You're going to probably look at the first 2 or 3 things and then base your search, results off of that. So you guys have to make sure that all of this information is on the first page of Google. So that's the 3rd thing. Now, the 4th thing is going to be something that I think is pretty simple, and it's a pretty neat concept. The next thing that you guys can do is, if you're going to take yourself seriously in this industry, you want to do this anyway, is you want to register your name as a business, right? So you can either register it as an LLC, as a doing business as a sole proprietorship. Just go register it, because on that Instagram verification request form, they're going to ask if you're registering a business or if you're registering yourself as a person. Now, if you're registering a business, guess what, guys? All you need to do is submit your business paperwork for Instagram to actually approve it. So, and they tell you that right within the app. So it boggles my mind why most people don't just think to do this. Get yourself a business name that's listed under your name. Duh. Pretty simple, folks. Listen, I cannot guarantee you that this will work, but it is probably a safe bet that it will, because Instagram likes to verify businesses, because those are a little bit more official and they're easier to register, and they're easier to say. It's easier to say, okay, this is an official business. This is where they're, licensed, because a lot of times you'll see businesses that have been verified with very few followers, with less than, 10,000 followers, and duh, it works. All right. And so then the 5th thing that you guys will want to do is publicize yourself. All right, what do I mean by that? So once you got some features under your belt, once you started to get those things lined up, you want to have your own website, you want to have your own brand where you can publicize all of your features. You want to publicize that stuff on your social media channels. You want to publicize that stuff on YouTube. You want to publicize that stuff everywhere you go. And if you have a website that's built for your business or your brand, that's going to be the best place to publicize it, because that also reconnects you with all of those brands. And when people look up your name or your website, then they can see everything that you've done. It makes it very simple to have all of that information in one place. All right, so those were the things that I think were different the second time around when I tried to get verified. Because interestingly enough, I think I had an IMDb page, but I don't think that for whatever reason it wasn't as official as it was the second time I did it. Because now when I search for myself on Google, I definitely see the first page is like bam, 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 my photo, everything is right there from my IMDb page. Everything from Bravo is right there. You know, the stuff that I've been featured in is right there. So I mean, I hate to say it, but you can actually Google me to see what I'm talking about. So that's really it, guys. I wanted to do this video, and I know it's kind of long, but I wanted to make sure that you have all of the information possible. And granted, some of this stuff may take you a good 6 to like 7 months to work on, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I'm not telling you this because I want you guys to be out there clout chasing. I'm telling you this because I want you guys to enhance your credibility. And I feel like that's going to be one of the best ways to do it. And it's going to be one of the best ways to attract media attention. And if you want to work in the media, it's going to be one of the best ways to help you get jobs. Because guess what, guys? Organizations these days are looking for people with either large followings or who are verified, because it helps enhance their credibility and it helps enhance their audience awareness. So do yourself a favor, learn these processes. You know, if you want to work in media, definitely check out the course. It's in the description in this video. It's going to be down below. I'm doing, because I'm just starting the online course, I'm going to charge a little bit less. I'm going to put that on sale for about a month. So make sure you guys jump into that now. And I want to hear your feedback, because I want to know what you guys need more of, maybe what other courses you want, particularly as someone who works in the media. I want to give you guys everything that's possible, because nobody gave that stuff to me. Everybody that I tried to work with when I was getting into this business, for the most part, they weren't sharing information. And to be very honest with you, it wasn't until I really got to AfterBuzz TV and worked under the tutelage of Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro that Kevin sat me down and said, listen, this is your plan. This is what you need to do. So for me, I started to develop more once I got a mentor. But I had put in the work to get to that point to work with him. So what I want to do is I want to teach you guys exactly what to do, where to start, how to work this thing called the entertainment business, and how to make it your own, because you don't have to be out there doing what everybody else does. You just have to do what works for you. All right, so if you guys have any questions, be sure to put them down in the comments below. Check out the course link in the description below, and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to come out with way more videos like this. I'm going to try to keep them simple, but I want to give you all the information that you possibly need. All right, so this is your boy Richie, and I'm out.